day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is kind of like a bittersweet day for me because I'm celebrating my dad's birthday, but he's no longer with us. Bittersweet because bitter because I don't have him. Sweet because he was born on this day. His favorite of all time was Milanesa with rice and beans and some papitas, and then of course your guacamole and your tortillas de harina. I didn't get maíz because he loved harina, so that's why I got with it. And then I also have his favorite cake, which is German chocolate cake. Is his favorite cake. So this is what I have. It's August 8th today, which is his birthday. All morning I've been kind of like in my feels. I've been crying. I know I shouldn't be crying. It's been so many years already, but still, it never gets easy. Never gets easy. Dealing with not having parents, because I don't have both my parents. But as much as it hurts me, I thank God that he got to see both my kids before he passed away. Oh, I have to put ketchup on these fries, sorry. I thank God he got to see my kids, because my mom never met my kids. So, but he did. Diva was 2 when he passed away. He passed away July 22nd, 2009. So it's been 10 years already. And I know it should be a happy day because, it's my dad. But you can't get happy when you miss somebody that much. So let's get on with the food. He loved Milanesa. Every time we would go to, it was either a parrillada or Milanesa, but mainly it was Milanesa. That was his favorite, and he loved it. I'm just going to use my hands. I forgot to bring a knife. It's alright. I never get it how they give you a big old 2 big pieces of Milanesa and 2 tortillas. Like, really, peeps? It is what it is. A lot of you already know. I've talked about my father before. He was born in Mexico. He was born in Mexico. He used to work for Canada Dry and Pepsi in Mexico. He was one of the truck drivers out there. The ones that would deliver sodas. And then he went to This is the Milanesa taco. He went to, he studied several years in Veracruz. That's where he got his several degrees, because he had like accounting degree in Mexico, accounting degree, shorthand degree, all this stuff in Mexico he had. So it was crazy that back then you didn't have all that. It wasn't worth nothing. So he didn't know. He used to love la Coca de Mexico, the Mexican Coke. But I completely forgot to grab it, so he used to drink diet too, so it's okay. I gotta go take him flowers. For those of you that still have your parents, cherish every moment. I know some have don't have a good relationship with your parents, and I know that because they've told me. So I'm sorry. Mine, I thank God, I always had a great relationship with them. I was the youngest of 9, so I was a baby. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had me. Well, yeah. Every Friday was when he came here. He owned his own business. I mean, he started off working with somebody, and then he owned his own business. Still time. Construction. Every Friday, he would buy Popeyes. That's why I love Popeyes. And sometimes the weeks weren't too good, so there was no money to buy Popeyes for everybody. So I was little. They would send out to go get me a little box of chicken, even if it was Churches and not Popeyes. And and everybody else would eat like whatever my mom would make, but I would get that because I was little and I wanted it. Now explains my whole persona. Well, Popeyes was Fridays, every Friday. It was a 24-piece, half and half, which is mild and spicy. 2 large fries and a dozen of biscuits. There was a lot of us, remember? Dad would eat 2 legs, his biscuit, his fries, but he had to warm up 2 corn tortillas with that, because with that he did love normal corn tortilla. And mom liked the thighs. She would get thighs. But of course, mom would add chili because she added chili to everything. Even to Chinese food, we're like, Mom, it's sweet. She was like, no, I don't care. All I'm doing right now is on my mind, I have the memories of going to the rancho because my dad's from the rancho in Mexico. My grandparents had a rancho. Going out there for Easter also. We'll play baseball. We'll go down to the Rio Salado. It wasn't far from my grandma's ranch, so we would just walk. I want to say most of our parties for birthday were out there in the rancho, and then in was it New Year's? I think it was New Year's. We would also go, and because going inside the rancho, you're driving under the road, and they all have those wire fences with the not wire fences. They're those fences that you gotta open to go through it, but it's made out of like tronco and all that stuff, so you have to get off the truck, open it, put your truck forward, and then close it and then get back on. So I remember when my dad would make the the boys get off and do it, and then they're coming to the car, he would drive. They were coming to drive. I'm been sitting because we had vans back there, laughing and laughing because my brothers were running behind the van. But every time we would go for New Year's, so my grandma knew we were coming. Every stop when we were getting off when they were getting off to open the gate for my dad to pull the van through, they would turn up a bottle rocket or a firework, and she's like, "Oh, here they come." She already knew. All the way until we got there, they were turning on fireworks. Good memories. My grandma got bit by a snake. Once she moved out of because there was a rancho in sight where you would go through dirt roads, and then she finally moved into the side of the road where it was more convenient to get to, because when it would rain, we couldn't go because nos quedábamos atascados. We would stay stuck there. So, but after years, after my grandpa passed away and all that, but years later, she came out to move in la carretera, rumbo a Sabinas. Yep. My sister would, I don't know why today it's not cooperating with me. It keeps throwing me out. One of my sisters, Janie, and I don't know my brothers, but I know my sister. She would love to go stay over there in the summer. My grandma. Everybody, I think my sister Norma would stay, but in Laredo. But I'm gonna put this in here. But I never stayed. I don't know why. Probably because I was a crybaby, and I still am. Oh well. Live with it. Because I got it. And my grandma used to sell, like, when she moved to the carretera, she would have a little tiendita where she would sell sodas and all that. But we would just get, because before we left, Dad would make sure to leave her enough money to, for what we ate, for what we drank, and then plus so she can have money. She got bit by a black snake on her ankle. She was going to the restroom in the middle of the night, I think, because there was an outhouse, and they called my dad. Yeah, she got bit. My dad took off, but this lady, I guess, people from the ranch, they know. She tore a piece of her dress and bent down and tied it real tight around her above the bite. And then one of my tios was there, thank God, and he took her into one of the hospitals in Sabina. I think Sabina, yeah. And my dad took off and she had the hole there, like, years past, you could see like a little dent where they had to go in and clean it out. My dad is Miguel C. Does it mean how do you see? He's Miguel. This is so good. Every weekend, never felt Friday would come, Dad got paid the workers. Saturday morning, oh God, it's off. Oh no, it's all blurry, but I can't even. Here we go. Paid the workers, and then Saturday morning, load up and go to Laredo. Because my mom's family was in Laredo. But to get to my dad's family, we still had to travel more in. So, I drink water out of those cántaros that are outside. I drank water out of that. There was none of this distilled water or bottled water. My mom would make wedding quinceañera cakes, big ones. So my mom and my dad were padrinos to everybody out there in the rancho, even in Mexico, in Laredo. Ooh, I got the hiccups. I told you, 2 tortillas, Two big pieces. And they're so big that it won't fit in one. What happened? You want some? That was my son. Let me see if I can get some aguacate up in here. This is true. I've always loved Milanesa because of him. Because he would always get it, so then I started eating it and I like it. And yeah, I'm eating with my hands. Sorry. If some of y'all don't like it, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be doing the challenge with the no utensils soon, so stay tuned. After this, I'm gonna stop because I want to get a couple of bites of the cake before I get off. This is all dirty. Sorry, that's all my food thing. Let me put it right here. That's where I was putting my spoon. Sorry about that. Okay. Ay. Happy heavenly birthday, Daddy, Papi. I love you and I miss you so much. Excuse me. I just need some milk. How many of y'all like German chocolate? So, remember, cherish your parents. In the end, we only get one set of parents. I don't know what y'all's situations are. And if it's, nothing good, I'm sorry. I will not complain about mine because mine was nothing but good from both my parents. We just gotta remember this. And this is my opinion. I'm not judging everybody, so please don't come at me in the comments. The way we treat our parents is the way our kids will treat us. So, just keep that in mind. But I know some parents also can be handfuls and be mean to some people. So, in that situation, I don't know. Leave it up to him to decide. I'm on a Facebook like little girls group thingy where they talk about different stuff, and somebody talked about their mother living with them or whatever, and that how do they tell them to move out because she don't want to be supporting her and this and that. It was hard to read. I started to leave a message and I deleted it because well, not all, but our parents raised us. Our parents supported us. Our parents did so much for us. And in the end, because they need a little help because they're 80s, 90 years old, and they can't fend for themselves anymore, we're going to pitch a fit. Just remember, when you're that age, if your kid does that to you, remember what you did to your parents. But I said, if your parents and you have always had a bad relationship because they've been bad with you, they treated you bad, they this and that, then I cannot comment there or say anything. That's why I said some, and that's why I said don't come at me because I'm not just saying everyone, I'm saying some. Everybody has a story. There's a story behind everything. And I think my story was a good one. So, this is the last one. I wanted some of the chocolate. I'm gonna get some of this. Last bite. Okay, this is it. Thank y'all so much for coming my way again. Happy birthday, Papi. I love you y lo extraño tanto, mi viejito lindo. If I could have 5 more minutes with you, that's all I would tell you. Hug you. Try not to let you go. But tell you how much I miss you. You already know anyway. So thank y'all so much for coming my way. Claudia C. Milanesa. For my dad, August 8th, his birthday. Happy birthday, Appa. I love you. Bye.